Alright, hello and welcome to the Devstream 69 breakdown. So, today, joining me, we have Jacob. Say hello, Jacob.
Hello, everyone.
And he will be joining me to break down this video because those of you on this who saw the stream yesterday decided that that would be a fun thing to do. So, today's Devstream, we actually saw a lot of really good stuff. The first thing, they announced when TennoCon is going to be. It's going to be in, well, roughly, it's not concrete yet. It's in July, and it's going to be in London, Ontario, in Canada. And me and Jacob are planning on going to that, so once we
Oh
know more
yeah.
about that, we should be more squared away, and that's probably going to be a thing that happens, and that should be super fun. Aside from that, the first thing that we got to see was because I forget his username. Someone built 100 Oberons, so they got to see the deluxe skin for Oberon early, but we got to see it today, and it looks like this. So I don't know what you think, Jacob. I think this skin looks fucking amazing.
It is fabulous.
Yeah. This,
Nice looking paladin.
Now all we need is an Oberon rework to go with it, and it'll be perfect.
Top
Absolutely
tier.
wonderful. Yeah, really enjoying the skin. They were definitely right whenever they were saying it was a lot like the Palatine skin. It's got a lot of that kind of feel to it.
Oh yeah, yes it does. Yes it does.
Yeah. Alright. So, and then, beyond that, so in terms of reworks, first kind of big thing was power scaling improvements, like with Ember's Fireball and stuff. Like, obviously, Ember's Fireball doesn't exactly work on a level 80 Bombard. That's not a thing that happens. So they want to get into changing that to some maybe percentage-based damage so that it'll scale really nicely with, like, a low-end damage that it will always do. So it would be akin to probably how Trinity's 2 works right now, which I think would be a generally good change for the game. To have powers be more useful as you get into those later levels, because we do get into those later levels.
Exactly. It'll make it to where you can actually use your powers throughout the entire game rather than being, this is only low level stuff.
Yup. And then the rework for Mag is in progress. I'm not sure if he mentioned it last time, but the kind of like undercover boss, as it were, that Scott has been doing, he chose Mag at the beginning, and he has like the ideas on paper for what Mag's rework is going to kind of consist of. And on the next dev stream, we should see some of that, which will be really nice. Hopefully, he said some like little things that's like changing the entire kit, which I don't think that's either amazing or kind of, ooh, I don't know if we're going to lose what Mag is right now. Either way, hopefully Mag becomes an A+, just like Excal did, and doesn't end up like Saren.
Agreed.
And then for 18.5, we know some things that are going to be coming out with that. You're going to be able to buy loadout slots, which for those of you that have a lot of loadouts, and also me, that will be nice to be able to have more swapping between all that stuff, which will be good. And then the Loadout Randomizer. So if you watched the like previous breakdown, I think I went over it a little bit. It's basically a full random button for your entire loadout. Picks the frame, picks a random like one of your color setups, picks a random all of your weapons, and the only thing it doesn't randomize, as of that last time we saw it, was your mods. So that'll be kind of a good way to just like shotgun a challenge, be like totally random. Now do the thing. That'll be kind of fun. Should be interesting to mess around with it. And then, also, 18.5 is more moon missions, specifically Spy. So, we got one Spy Vault shown off here. And this is the Spy Vault in pre-pulling it out of the Void. And what that means is that they kind of went over that the Spy Vaults are going to work by you entering in the moon's kind of like broken down state where shit is fucking busted. But there being like pockets of like void energy kind of in the similar way to the way Limbo's Rift works, in that you'll kind of be like bouncing back and forth between time and space to solve the rooms, which is really interesting. And they said these are probably going to be the hardest Spy Vaults. Hopefully they come with rewards to match, but they should be really fun. And visually, obviously, they're going to be very nice to look at.
It looked very nice.
And
Looking
then
forward to challenges.
better lighting, the lighting improvements. So it will be a larger download for those of you that have to worry about download caps. But the
They
better
did say
lighting,
something around 3 gigabytes
Yeah.
or more.
Or
so
more.
That's a random guess.
Yeah.
Or 8 average.
could be a painful download for some of you. So fair warning on that. And then the better lighting, to me, personally, it looked like it's basically redoing the lighting in a way where it's kind of like adding an ENB to the game, which I know has been messed around with on the forum. Someone finally figured out how to do that. But it seems like we're going to be getting kind of general improvements to make the game look a lot like nicer and make things kind of pop and be more detailed in terms of lighting, which Obviously, good improvements. Nothing crazy there. And then we got to see the new Warframe. So I was incorrect that sarcophagus thing. Well, it is a sarcophagus. We know that now. It's not an Umbra cryopod, which was my guess for it. It is a mummy frame. So he doesn't have any name yet, but based on what they talked about with his powers, shit is crazy and awesome. So as of what they're developing with him right now, he has no shields, has a lot of health. He has lifesteal abilities, and his armor can scale as missions go on. He's a summoner, and he's like a god of Egypt, like Sandman type thing, and it sounds really fucking cool in concept. They originally popped this image up, and I was kind of moot on it, and I was like, he looks kind of neat. He's got weird toes, but maybe his powers will be cool. They started talking about his powers, and it was like, okay, yeah, alright, I'm on board. Alright, keep going. Yeah, alright, tell me more. It was a good time. I don't think it's really your style, though, Jacob. That kind of frame.
Even though it still is a neat concept, they're still going out, branching out to new systems that they're willing to test. No shields is kind of a jump, but they're actually making it viable, which is going to be nice to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully it turns out well.
Yeah, hopefully we get another tanky Warframe that can hold its own in the realm of, like, Wukong, Valkyr, and our other, like, heavy tanks. Not so much Chroma. Chroma still needs a little bit of work. Also, Spira Prime. Scott's gonna look at it and fix it and maybe give us like actual like improved stats from the regular Spira. So that'll be good for those of you that looked at Spira and went, "What a bunch of fucking garbage." You were correct. Hopefully it gets better. It'd be really nice.
Might be worth to farm it now. Do
yeah,
it.
Yeah, it might actually be worth farming. And then also a thing I kind of skipped over: the quality of life improvements, better connections, or reconnections, rather. And what that means is that, so this happened yesterday on the stream, if you were there. Basically, my game crashed during a T3 survival, and I just lost everything. And so they're going to work on making it easier to like reconnect to games, and have just a good time getting back in, and just keeping all your shit without the game just being like, and I took your key, fuck off. Which is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Should be improvements across the board there. Any improvement is some.
They also talked about whenever hotfixes would happen, it would stay in your mission. Don't leave. They stated on making it work to where it'll still save your progress while an update's going out.
Yep.
Also stated about rework for the chat system. Auto completing for typing in a player's name, making whispers faster.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Which will probably come with the larger chat rework we've seen on previous dev streams.
Yep.
Yep, should be awesome. Also, Dark Sectors. So, those of you who might know, Dark Sectors have kind of been out of commission for an entire year. So, they're going to be coming back in kind of a different way with Star Chart 3.0. They showed off a kind of like teaser video of what it looks like. It's kind of going back to the roots of Star Chart 1.0, but improving on those concepts instead of kind of doing the different thing that we have now, where it's kind of a very confusing Star Chart. And Dark Sectors are going to be, as described, cooperatively competitive, which is, I don't know how I feel about it. It really depends on what they end up with, but it sounds like it could work out really well and be a way for clans to compete while not having to like be in PvP, which seems like it could be nice. Also soon TM.
Yeah, they did state something about it being clans specializing in certain things, which would be kind of neat to see what they're planning on doing with that.
Yep.
But they do need to put those back in.
Yeah, more.
It's been a while.
It's been so long. Yeah, more in like being able to invest more in your clan and be a part of like an actual community is really nice. Also, to go along with that, we are still accepting people into our clan. Our alliance is open for any other clans who would like to join it, and we're gonna keep getting that together. You can message Jacob, who is Gamem in game, Gamem, if you are interested in joining that. We do have some requirements that you will have to meet if you want to be in the clan. But if you meet them, come hang out. The clan has been very active, and we've just been doing missions every day, and it's been a great time. So if you're interested in that, head on over, or message Gamem in game. He's online.
And speaking of clans, they also stated that there might be some more dojo updates with that Dark Sector update.
Yep. Which should be fun.
So look forward to that.
Yep. Also, we got some teasers for cinematic quests coming later this year with the Twin Queens. Finally figuring out more of them that isn't like really vague poems hidden behind Kuria. Should be really interesting. That as a cinematic quest is something I'm really excited for personally, and it should be super fun.
They also hinted that operators will play a decent part in that cinematic quest as well, so it'd be interesting to see.
We saw some minor visual upgrades for the operators, so I think they're kind of doubling down on their involvement with the story, which is a good move, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Also, focus changes. So Scott is planning to do a full pass on focus, and Rebecca said that she wants people's feedback via like the Twitter, the forums, and all that stuff on how focus is right now. So this is a request to anyone watching this video that has seen my previous stuff. Maybe you enjoy what I've been doing. I have the video. Link is right there below me. The choosing your focus video. If we could maybe tweet that at Rebecca or get her to notice that on the forums and have her check that out and maybe show it to Scott about the problems with focus right now and how it's kind of broken down, I would personally really appreciate it because I think getting the problems with focus fixed and what makes like the focuses worth it is really important, and that would help us along. Also, any other like videos that are like the problems with focus, like let's just get them all out there. Let's get focus fixed up as a community. Maybe we can get like some notice there. But yeah, that video right there, go to that, grab the link, tweeted it DE Rebecca on the Twitter, get it to her on the forums, whatever you got to do. I would very much appreciate it. I want to see big improvements to focus, and I'm sure you do as well, because focus is really rough right now.
Yep, they said that they were going to do a pass on that after 18.5. So they're looking at reviews and stuff now, so get it out there. Let's make focus good.
Also, speaking of the deluxe skins from before, I didn't mention, I think last time they said that Banshee's deluxe skin would be an 18.5. They are now unsure of that. So, we might get Banshee's new deluxe skin for those of you that are excited for that. Just
they would rather not commit now, so it's a little rough with the cloth effects and stuff. They forgot about that a little bit.
Yeah.
It takes more time.
Yep. But, obviously, those of you that are going to like that skin are going to like it whenever it comes out. So, should be wonderful. And I think that's all for the dev stream. Thank you, Jacob, for joining us.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Also, I'm going to be streaming today again. We're still trying to get the goddamn Saren Prime chassis, so come hang out.
Saren, please.